One of the earliest proponents of the concept of tabula rasa was the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, who stated in his treatise De Anima that the mind may be likened to writing characters on a tablet which has nothing on it. Ironically, his mentor, Plato, didn't quite agree with this view. In his dialogues Meno and Phaedo, he introduces the theory of recollection, also known as anamnesis, which advocates that humans possess intrinsic knowledge within their immortal soul, and that what we know as learning is simply a form of recollection. But before talking about the theory of recollection, let us first cover Meno's paradox. Meno's paradox questions the apparent impossibility of learning. That is, a man cannot search either for what he knows or for what he does not know. He cannot search for what he knows. Since he knows it, there is no need to search, nor for what he does not know, for he does not know what to look for. In other words, you cannot learn what you do not already know, since you do not know what it is. The theory of recollection serves as an answer to Meno's paradox. In Phaedo, it is put forward that human souls are immortal and have possessed all knowledge for all of eternity. However, they are perpetually reincarnated, and the trauma of birth causes them to lose their knowledge every time they are reborn. Thus, we can only regain this knowledge by being reminded of it. In Meno, Socrates demonstrates this through a dialogue with Meno's slave, who is unfamiliar with the rules of geometry. Consider a square with a known side and area. What is the side of a similar square with double the area of the original square? The slave is initially unable to formulate the correct answer. However, when Socrates draws a second square using the diagonal of the first square, the slave is able to correctly conclude that this is twice the size of the original square. From this, Socrates concludes that the slave has spontaneously recovered knowledge he knew from a past life. Let us look at another example of the theory of recollection. As human beings, we are able to perceive two objects which are equal in length, and have an innate understanding of physical equality. Yet no two things we can actually encounter in our experience are indeed perfectly equal. This implies that we must have had the knowledge of equality before birth. We can contrast the theory of recollection and its implications with that of tabula rasa. The theory of recollection is a form of innatism, which holds that the mind is born with ideas and knowledge, while tabula rasa is a form of empiricism, which states that knowledge is acquired through sensory experience. The idea of tabula rasa can be seen in the Andalusian polymath Ibn Tufayls' novel Hayy ibn Yaqza, which depicts a feral child who is able to develop extensive knowledge in the natural sciences by observing and experimenting with his surroundings. Regardless of which school of thought you subscribe to, one must admit that both Plato and Ibn Tufayl have had great influence on contemporary philosophy and epistemology, in spite of the stark differences between their ideologies. And perhaps, the ability of humans to come up with such vastly distinct ways of thinking suggests that, just maybe, we aren't all born with the same intrinsic knowledge after all.